So thank you very much, guys, for joining us on a Wednesday night. Uh, we are starting these AlgoGyaan sessions again, and these are very useful sessions for every developer. If you are a student developer or if you are a developer, again, it's very helpful because we'll cover some basic topics about how to start, what sort of development environments are there, how to create a wallet, how to fund a wallet, and the other relative items. So, as we all know, let me just share my screen. Let me open PowerPoint first. Give me a moment, guys. Let me know Mudassir, my screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
So basically, in every blockchain platform, first thing is your environment or your development environment, right? So you can say dev environment. So in dev environment, for particularly Algorand, what we have is two different environments. So one is your sandbox environment. And the other is your test network environment. Rest, we have main network, but again, these are the two basic environments we work with for blockchains specifically. Now, sandbox basically means you are working locally, right? And for testnet, that means you are working on a live link, or basically the network is live. So over here, when we talk about locally, the wallet creation is different. And when we talk about testnet, the wallet creation is different. So this is the way basically the entire development environment is set up. Now for us, there is one-third environment also called BetaNet. So we know that, okay, BetaNet is one-third environment, but there is again testing where some features are not live yet. So you can test all those features over there. So basically, we are going to study on these two environments, sandbox and test network. Now, if you have downloaded AlgoKit, if you have downloaded Docker and all, so if you can open your terminal window or your DOS prompt, whatever you call that, if you are running on Windows. So what you can do is just write down AlgoKit localnet start. And then your local net or your local sandbox environment will start. So, and you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 Docker images are working. One is your indexer node, the other is your conduit node, third one is your AlgoD node, and fourth one is your Postgres node. Now, if you go to Docker over here, you will be able to see the 4 images over here. Right? So if you click over here, you can see that the 4 images which are running locally in your machine are displayed over here. AlgoD is your main node, which is basically your, you can say your wallet creation, your connectivity, everything happens over there. And this Postgres basically is your database because blockchain also requires database. So that some data is stored over there. Third one is conduit. So this is basically for event management. And fourth one is your indexer node. So whatever blocks are created, this indexer node's job is there to arrange those blocks or those blocks in a way so that order can be proper, right? Because we know that blockchain is immutable in terms of ordering of blockchain or timestamping the blockchain transactions, right? So now if everything is running, you are ready to work on your sandbox environment. So what we will do is we will start Visual Studio. Since our platform or Algorand, if you talk about Algorand, just a second, huh? If we talk about languages supported, right? So in Algorand, there are 3 basic languages which are supported, right? So where can you find those languages? Over the website SDK, you can find out. I'll just write down some names over. First is C#, one of the oldest languages in the world. The second one is Python, and third one is your Till script, which is basically you can say your your what do you say, TypeScript, right? So basically it is available in all the major possible languages. This one is the oldest one among all these two, and this has the largest number of, or one of the largest number of developers across the globe. And this is again because your AI, your IoT, and plenty of other development also happens in Python. And since being a full stack developer, you can always work with TypeScript. Now, the point is why C# matters to all of us. Like currently, everybody is talking about full stack developer, mean and merge stack, and this and that. But why C# matters to us, first of all? So basically in C#, you can create console applications, which is basically what we are going to do today. You can create a Windows Forms application. You can create a Windows Store application. So practically any machine on the planet Earth, you can reach, right? You can create a website. You can create an AR application. You can create a VR application. You can create an MR application. You can create an XR, which is basically extended reality. MR is mixed reality. You can create games and you can create metaverses, right? So basically one language trumps everything. And that's why it is necessary for us to understand that how Algorand SDK works best with C#. Now, because of this integrations part and everything, is it easy to work with Algorand or not? I mean, whatever code I'm going to write in C#, will that be converted to TIL script? Then yes. So whatever code we are writing, it is not some wrapper in between. The direct C# code gets converted to your TIL script, sorry, your TIL language, your bytecode, and then it gets executed over AVMs, right? So basically, C# allows to create everything which is possible right now in the world, in IoT level or whatever you want to tell. While in Python, all the major AI developers and everything, they can, but Python, I mean, I'm not sure whether you are aware of Tinker or not. So with Tinker, you can create a GUI-based applications, but very rarely you will see a Python-based website. And normally it is your front end where Python API layer is there. So mostly Python is used either in the API format or a backend format, right? While TIL script is your front end where you are integrating everything with the blockchain. Now, when we talk about blockchain, so the first top point comes to my mind is integration. Like blockchain, what is blockchain for us? So first of all, I need to develop my smart contract. Okay, I've developed that. Now, smart contract language, let's say there are two languages. So either in C# or either in Python, I've developed, or maybe TS, right? But then this is not my front end. This is not my website. So smart contract I've done. So the next most important piece comes to mind is integration. Now in integration, there are two possibilities. One, first you need a wallet, and second you need an SDK to connect with your front end, whatever the front end language you are using. But the third most important part is ABI. What's an ABI? Application Binary Interface. So basically, if you ask me, this is the blueprint of your smart contract. Now, anyone can tell me why ABI is required to connect to a smart contract? With everything else, we don't require an ABI, right? ABI is first time we heard the term ABI with blockchain only. So, but with blockchain, irrespective of platform, if the platform is supporting smart contracts, they will always give you an access to ABI file. So any idea, Mudassir, why do we need ABI files? Anyone else also can type. Meet, can you provide any sort of input to this one? Why do we need an ABI file? Okay, seems both of them are out of sync or something. So ABI file basically, because it requires your blueprint of your smart contract, it gives access. Okay, somebody wrote an answer. Easily parsable, no. So yeah, in terms of you can say definition, it gives the front end access to the definition of smart contract or definition of class, which is basically your smart contract. So without that, you will not be able to understand not to communicate, to contract interaction. Yes, Mikala and Aman. Point is that why do we need is because the front end does not know what is the definition of the function, what are the input parameters, what are the output parameters. For that reason, we need APIs, right? So this is the reason that we need APIs. Now, the most important challenge around blockchain is scalability. And scalability comes towards your wallet integration, right? And that is the challenge we have. SE smart contract, Manav. Okay, let me write down the full form. Smart contract. So basically, when we talk about wallet, the scalability is a major challenge, right? And why? Let us see that. So let me just fire a Visual Studio now. So this is my Visual Studio, right? I'll click over here, create new project. And over there, on the left-hand side, your recent project templates are there. On the right-hand side, whatever is possible using Visual Studio is listed. So today we are going to have a very simple console application. So that I'm going to select this one. I'll click on next. The name is this one. So I'll just name to AlgoGyaan Tech Lab 1, right? And next. So this is, they are asking us that which .NET LTS you want to use, either .NET 7.0 or .NET 8.0 or something. So let's go with .NET 8.0, whatever the best thing is there. So let me now create the application. So what happened? A basic, currently it is still not blockchain, right? It is a very simple console application on your Visual Studio. Now, as soon as you have done this one, so on the right-hand side, you will see dependencies part. This is basically where you are going to install your Nugget packages. Now, if you are a Python developer, you know what's a package. So similarly over here also, we are going to do that. So just right-click over there on the Solution Explorer window. Look for this particular piece, Manage Nugget Packages. Click over there and then go to Browse and then search Algorand. So once you search Algorand, you will see multiple options over here. So we don't need to select every option. Just select the option by Frank, right? And then select that one. On the right-hand side, you will be able to install the package. So you can just install from here, right? So let's wait till it installs everything and it gets ready for us. So it is done. If you expand the dependencies part and if you expand the packages, you will see that the Algorand package is now installed. Now let us go to program.cs. Now we know that what is this program.cs? So basically your Python code, when you have a printf statement, this is exactly the same, right? So over here, a simple hello world is there. Over there, you use Python where the console is at the bottom of your screen. Over here, the same thing. Console dot write line, you can say whatever you want to write. In that, instead of hello world, we can have hello AlgoGyaan. We can do that, right? And then I can just run this one. So I can either press this one or press F5. Both will have the same effect. So once you do that, you'll be able to see both the statements, hello world and hello AlgoGyaan. That's okay. Now I want to create my first wallet. Since the topic of today was how to create wallet and how to fund the wallet. So first of all, we will do a sandbox wallet and then we will see how that wallet can be used on a test network also. So what I'll do is I'll create a variable, which is called account, right? And account, new account. So over here, this particular account is basically, you can see it represents the class algorand.algod.model.account. So basically, this is your wallet. Now, if I tell you exactly that so do you think that account and wallet are same? Who thinks that this is same? Anyone? Account is part of wallet. Okay, Meet says account is part of wallet. Anyone else? Manav, Kaveri, Aman.
We can have multiple accounts under one wallet.
We can have multiple accounts under one wallet. Okay, Aman says, I think they are different. So Meet says wallet is the umbrella, and under that we can have multiple accounts, something like this, right? Okay, Aman says yes, Meet says yes. But the point is, over here it is reversed. So basically, account has your wallet address. So wallet address is basically your public address, right? But account is basically a PKI. So what is a PKI? PKI is public key infrastructure. So this basically, account has a wallet address, which is basically your public address. Then where is my private key? So private keys are generated at the time of signing the transactions or while signing the transactions. So basically what happens over here is account holds both the things, but account holds something more additional to just public and private key. And the third thing which account holds is a mnemonic. So this mnemonic basically is used to generate PKIs, right? So this particular account, there is a question always discussed around the interviews also, that whether account and wallet are same or not. So wallet address is just a public address, right? While account holds everything. So if you go ahead over here, if I go to my code part, you will see the difference. So this is my account. I can create an address also. See. So this is a wallet address. And if you want to check what is the difference, so see account dot, you will see address over here. You will see, okay, address and everything else, minimum balance, address, amount, authenticate, created apps, assets, and everything, right? While on the address part, you will not see everything. So today, let us just understand account. Maybe next time we can discuss what is address variable. So over here, one wallet is created or one account is created. Now I want to see three things from the wallet. What I want to see is, first of all, what is my public key? That means what is my wallet address? So I'll see that, okay, what is my address? Oh, not minimum balance, is my address. So address, right? Okay. What second thing I want to see? That second thing I want to see is the public or private key. So let's see if I can find out the private key. No, it is not private key. Okay. So what I can find out additionally? Mnemonic. Right? It's a function. So it is telling you to mnemonic. So it will export the mnemonic. All right. So now let us see one more difference over here. Since we are creating only. So if I do this one, let's see what this prints for us. Console.writeLine address.toString. Right? Let us save the code and let us run. Let me just remove this line. And let us run. So it gave an error because of these two lines. So let us just for now comment those lines and let us try again. Yeah, so we have done that. We have got the address and we have got the mnemonic, but no private key, right? We will see that in the next session why the private key is not displayed like this. But main thing is over here, the wallet address is there. Okay. Now, I mean, let us just copy the wallet address first. So I'll copy the wallet address. I'll stop this one and let's see. So this is my wallet address. Okay. Now I'll run again. The wallet address is different now. So what to do now? Since every time if we run and if every time the wallet gets changed, that's a deep trouble for everybody. And that's where your first scalability problem lies, right? So today, over here, what we have done, we have just created a new account and we got the address and all. That's fine. We got the mnemonic also, right? So now what can or how can the same account be used? Let us see that. So hypothetically, let's say we have created one more wallet. So this time I'll copy this code or both the codes rather, right? So let us just copy both the codes over here. Well, let us create one function over here. Let's say private create account which doesn't accept anything, and yeah, this is not required. Yeah, I am creating a function only. So over here now, create account is my function. Then over there, what I want to do is, I want to check whether I am able to get back these two things or not. So I'll just copy both the things over here, right? The address SN and the mnemonic over here. All right. Now, this function's job is whether I can get this wallet address again or not, right? So let's see that. So over here, if what the next thing I can do is, I can do account, same thing. And instead of account, now we'll have account one. But over here in this bracket, instead of creating this one, I'll do one more thing. So if you just hover over here, you will see that there are three overloaded methods over there. See, right? And if you check three overloads, that means this basically is possible to have four different kinds of arguments. One is blank and the other three are something else. So if you just do like this, so over here we can see that one is your blank without any argument. If you click on second one, you will see that they are asking you to pass the crypto pair. Third one, they are asking you to see the mnemonic which we are going to use. The fourth one is string mnemonic. So either you can convert that string to bytes array or you can use the string mnemonic as it is. So over here, what I'll do is I'll just double quote and I'll copy this mnemonic from here, right? And I'll paste the same mnemonic over. Now what happens? Let's see that. So this is done. We have copied the thing over here. I don't need this R and something. What I need is just this one. Now I want to see whether I'm getting the same wallet address or not. So what I'll do is console.writeLine, okay, and account1.address. Let me save the thing and let us see whether this is the same address we are getting. Okay, we forgot to call the function. So over here, what we need to do is we need to call the function create account. And we can see that SN is the same wallet address we just created a while back, is now with you, right? So this is how you can revisit the wallet. Now, what I can do is I can fund this wallet from the test tokens and everything else I can do. If we want to do that, we can just copy the address, go to your Algorand dispenser, paste the address over here, click over here. I am not a, okay, bus. Now I need to select bus 3, 4, 5 and verify. Come on. Yeah, dispense. And it is successful. So if I copy this one, this particular transaction ID, and go to app.deflow.org. So this is the main site, app.deflow.org. Over there, you can go ahead and check over the test network or sandbox, because this is not a sandbox wallet we have created. We have not done anything. We have not even connected to the network yet. It is just a wallet we created. So let us see whether on which particular network it is available. So if I keep sandbox over here and if I click over Explorer, and try to find out. Let's see. So it will definitely not allow me. Why? Because this doesn't exist on the sandbox. So what is the next possible option for us? Test network. So I'll go to test network. I'll paste the address over here and let's see that. And we are able to find the transaction. You can see that it is minted in this particular block. The gas fees was 0.001 and the payment, and you can see that receiver address is the same, which we have just created. So what we have done is we have created a wallet. We have not even connected yet to any sort of network, but still we are able to connect and we are able to fund the wallet also. So this is what we have done. We have done a test network wallet. So very simple programming. But what I told you that there are two kinds of environments. First is a sandbox environment. The other is a testnet environment. This is a very simple code which we have done. But what if I want to connect to the sandbox environment, to local environment? I don't want to connect to the test network right away, right? So what you can do is go to your terminal window first of all. In the terminal window, because since you are operating on a sandbox, by default, whenever you start your sandbox, by default, 3 wallet addresses are created for you. So how can you find out? AlgoKit, goal, account, list. So you will be able to see that CW352 IMQ XDC 3 wallets are created, and these are micro algos in the same wallet. So that means by default, these 3 wallet addresses are given. Now, can I use these wallet addresses in my code? Let's see that. So how to do that? So over here, we have created a very simple wallet, but we have not connected to network. So now what we'll do is we will use some functions to connect to the local sandbox environment. So what is the first thing you should do is, this one. So I'll just copy some code over here just to save time. Right? So basically, setup Algorand connection is a function I have created. The most important part is this one, HTTP client. And over there, it's a HTTP client configurator. And in that, I have passed the Algorand AlgoD node address 4001, which is basically if you open your Docker, you will be able to find those things over here. Right? So basically, you are talking now to your sandbox environment. Then the second, they are talking about AlgoD API instance. So what we need to do is we need to create a default API. So we can create that. I'll do that in a while. Then we are creating a client. So HTTP client we are creating. And then we are doing the AMD API also. That means there are 2 nodes you can connect. And those 2 nodes basically you can utilize or you can connect 1 to 4001, which is basically your AlgoD node. 4002, which is basically your indexer. So KMD API will give you access to your wallets and everything, while main AlgoD will allow you to create the blocks and create the transactions. So basically, we are looking for 2 kinds of variables, which we are supposed to write. So I'll just go back quickly to the code and I'll copy those 2 variables from here. Right? So over here, but they are asking a very simple question. Why? Because this is not a class I have created. And that's why it is giving me an error. So what I need to do is now I need to put everything over here into a class. We have done this particular functions and all. Yes, but I cannot declare the variables like this one, no? Because here we are declaring a variable. So either I can remove this one. Let's see if I can remove this one. No, this will still generate an error, static, right? So I can remove that also. Let's see if I am able to generate that one. Yeah, it sorted the error. So over here again, but the problem stands over here that this is not null and something. Why? Because we are not able to utilize these variables like a class variable. So the main thing what you need to do is we have to create a function. So static, you can see void main. The basic function, we know that in most of the programming languages, we have the basic function over. And you can see that indentation and everything happens as it is, no problem. So now again, I'll just delete this one and I'll paste the same variables which we have just created over, right? So why it is still giving an error? I'll go to API instance. Oh. I'm supposed to create a class, not this one. Internal, what is the definition? Class program. Program.cs, so program. Now everything has to work, but then I have to change plenty of things from now here. So I'll just remove this codes over here. So now you can see that everything is done because we have now created a class. The class name is program.cs, so you can create the same class over. We have defined two particular variables, and those variables are AlgoD API instance, which is basically your default API, which allows you to connect to your AlgoD node. The second one is KMD. So in this particular function, what we have done, we have connected to your localhost environment. So first step is, yes, you are supposed to connect to the localhost environment. We got connected. The second most important part is to fetch the wallets from there, right? So these codes are all given codes. So don't worry that you are supposed to write down on your own and something. All the codes are given. I'll showcase at last that how to get all these codes. So second, we are trying to have is setup accounts. One more function I'm utilizing. That function basically is fetching the sandbox wallet addresses for me, right? But it is talking about one more function. So I'll just go to my previous code and I'll copy this function, right? So over here in this particular setup accounts, you can see that I'm trying to get the default wallet, which is a function. Which function is this one? Over here. And what this function does, you can see that it is calling the KMD API. So basically what it does is the three wallets which we have there, we have within the sandbox environment, we are trying to fetch using this code, right? So do we need to really understand? No, the code is already there. You can just copy paste and utilize as it is, right? So I'll just quickly copy the last code also and couple of variables and we are good to go. So over here, I can have just one more function and we are good to go. So no errors over here, right? But then over here, there are some things are missing, right? So what things are missing? Just these variable names are missing over here. So these two variable names are missing and I'll just copy those variable names over here and we are good. So creator, basically you can see that we have done an account variable. This time we have renamed the variable to a creator variable. But then over here, it says an unencrypted default wallet. So if we are fetching the wallet from Sandbox, the Sandbox wallets are unencrypted wallets, right? So those are not secure wallets. So you should not create a wallet in Sandbox and then upgrade to a main network, right? So don't do that. So over here, if we can see that now, there are four functions now. First is your setup accounts. Not this one. First is this one, AlgoD connection. So this is basically your, so let me just write down some comments. This is your first function to call. To do what? To set up the AlgoD network, right? Now this is done. What is the next step? So next step is this one, get default wallet. So the next 3, 4, 5 or next 2, 3, 4, all the steps, second, third, and fourth, all these steps are basically fetching the sandbox wallets from AlgoD API and KMD API, right? So basically we are fetching second, third, and fourth steps are for this same purpose. Now create account, we have already done. So I'll just park that function for now. But over here, this is basically your program and these are all bunch of functions. So I'm not sure which function will call home. So now what do we need? We need a main function. So over here, I can just write down static void main, right? And in this main function, we are going to call all the other functions which are defined in the class. So by default, in Java, C#, everywhere, the main function is called. So what I can do is I can call the functions. First function is my setup accounts. Okay. My connection to the network is done. The second one is what I need to do is I need to have this set up accounts, and before that, sorry, we need to set up Algorand collections. So over here, the first step is set up Algorand connection, and we are good to go. So first over here, connected to the network, and from here, fetching the wallets. Now, once we fetch the wallet, what happens over here in this particular one, creator, this particular object, creator, will get us the first default wallet address, right? So now if I want to see that what exactly the address fetched from sandbox. So console.writeline, creator, not creator account, creator dot. Now you can see over here, it says toString, minimum balance, gets type, and address over here. So creator address, I want to check, right? And then let us run this one. So I want to see what address it prints for us. Okay, let me see if program does not contain a static Y. It's an internal file. It's a static void main function. All the other functions are within that. So what did I do wrong here? Okay. I needed to create like this one, not a simple function. So I need to change this one. Where is my main function over? So there is some basic definition you need to follow. That's why it gave an error. What happened? It's an exception. System null reference exception, right? So what happened over here? The network is not able to connect to what? To sandbox environment, right? So let us see that what happened to our sandbox environment. So let me go to my over here. Okay, everything is running. Let me showcase the thing AlgoKit localnet start. Guys, don't try to start anything or paint anything over here. Somebody has done this one. Some arrow is pointing towards. So please don't do that. So over here, somehow we are not able to connect to the network. Now let me see if we made some mistake over here. No, this is 4001, 4002. This is all fine. Get wallet, creator. We are getting only first wallet, not every other wallet. So set up Algorand connection and set up accounts. Okay, this is basically, it's okay. It's not an awaitable call. That's why probably it is giving an error over here. No, we cannot write await over here. Yeah, but this is a very basic thing I can print over here. Okay, let me just stop over here. Let's see what happens now. Yeah, it is still the error. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Why? Creator is account 0. We have called the setup accounts, and then only we are calling the creator function is there, static function is there. Why it is giving an error? Let me run the previous code which just succeeded. Let's see if I made some mistake over there. Okay, I found out the mistake. Find out the mistake. I always forgot to write await over here. Now we will have the error. We will have the address. So now we can see the address CW over here. And if I go to terminal part, and we can see that the first address which is listed as a sandbox address, we are able to see the same wallet in my code also here, right? So that's how you can fetch the sandbox wallets also. Now, what can I do is every time if I run, will I get a new address? Let's see that. No, second time also the same address. Let's see that one more time. No, third time also is the same address. So guys, can anyone tell me why this keeps on giving me the same address again and again? Anyone? Any idea? In the other one, when we created a new account, it was giving me every time a different address. But here, every time it is giving me the same address over here and nothing else. Why? So these wallet addresses are by default created by sandbox environment, right? And yeah, we are taking default wallets. But Meet, if I do this one, right? I have now stopped the Docker environment. Now I can go back again over here and I can start the same thing again. Let's see what happens now. So I'm restarting the entire sandbox environment again, right? And if I now go back to my code, you can see that now all the four Dockers have started again. Now, if I go back to this code and I'll start this one. So let's see. Again, we are getting the same thing. Why? So we stopped, we started again. Still, we are getting the same thing. Why? Because you have not destroyed the basic images which are there with your Docker. So if you upgrade your AlgoKit sandbox environment, or you destroy your images and recreate, then only your wallets will get destroyed, right? And that is the reason that over here, if you destroy these images and you recreate them, your wallet addresses will be gone. So over here, what am I trying to tell you guys is, over here, if the Docker images get deleted, then you will lose your wallet addresses. But till the time your Docker images are as it is, you will be able to see the same wallet addresses again and again, right? So if I now go back to my Visual Studio Code, so we can see that we have connected now to the same basic wallet, the creator wallet. But now, can I print the balance also? Let's see that. So console.writeLine creator dot. I can see balance, I can see auth address, I can see amount. So let's see what amount tells us. So amount, let me see, amount dot toString. And okay, let's stop this one. Let's see what it prints for us. Yeah, it says 0, right? So we don't have why, because this the micro algo is a different thing. Over here, we are talking about amount, which doesn't have anything. This has a 0 address, right? I mean to say 0 balance over. But now the second thing is there are various other properties we can check. But before moving ahead, how to then connect this wallet to the sandbox environment? So let's see that. So if I go to app.devflow, and over here, I can select the sandbox environment. Now in the sandbox environment, okay, it gives an error because maybe they are not able to connect. So you have connected to incorrect node and all. So let's try refreshing again. No, it is still the same thing. Status 404 not found. Let me start the AlgoKit over here. So AlgoKit localnet start. This is sandbox environment. So sometimes, guys, this is bound to happen because you are trying to connect from a website to your local environment. So just try to do one couple of times, and maybe you will succeed sometime. No, it is still an error. Okay, here I guess I'm connected to sandbox. Okay, so over here, this is somehow not getting connected, but this is connected to the same environment. So you can see that I'm connected to a sandbox environment. But I want to use the same wallet which I have just seen created under the sandbox environment. So I can go to over here, developer wallets. I can click over here, import from KMD. I'll click over, you can see again, it is telling you unencrypted default wallet. I can click over open. I can click on connect. And I can see that the same three addresses, CW335 IMQJ XDNC. If I go over here and type down the address part, over here we can see that, okay, same three wallet addresses which are listed over here under the sandbox environment are listed over here also. So if I want to utilize any of these wallets, just click over here and it is already there. So I can add one more IMQ and it is there. You can go to dev wallets over here and you will be able to see the IMQ, the latest one, but with a different balance, right? So don't get excited. This is a micro algo balance, not the actual algo balance. So this is basically your account is now funded. But if you change this one to a different network, this wallets will be useless, right? So just remember this one. Do not ever use a wallet which you have created under the sandbox or you have fetched from the sandbox environment. Will be useless because it's an unencrypted wallet, right? So don't do that. Now coming back to our part, so we have seen create a wallet address or an account which got us created directly over there, which we were able to use the test network also. We have seen the sandbox environment also. And in the sandbox environment, we fetch one of the addresses. We can fetch all the three if you want. Let us do that also if you want. But I need one more or couple of more variables over here. So I can do private static, the same account. And I'll do user, let's say 1. And the same one is user 2, right? So I'll just save this one. I'll go to setup accounts and I'll just change this one to user 1 and 2, right? So we are good to go. Now I can go back over here and using this one, the same line, user 1 dot address and the same thing, console dot write line, user 2 dot address, right? And if I run this one, we will get all the same three different wallets which are listed over here or listed in the sandbox. We can fetch over here, right? Same three ones. So this is the way you can interact with your sandbox environment. You can interact, you can deploy applications, which next session, we are going to create the fungible tokens and all. So we'll do that at that time, how to create a token, how to deploy how to create a token locally, how to create a token on the test network and how to distribute, how to fetch tokens in your wallet and all. So today's motive is just to brief about what different kinds of wallets are there and how you can connect to sandbox environment, how you can connect to your test network environment, right? So any questions from anyone, guys? Mudassir? Meet? Anyone
Yes,
else? Yeah, any questions, Mudassir?
no, I think
Yeah, we covered the, yes. So one more thing, last thing, guys, in Python or any other language, the debugging is a pain. It's a huge headache. If I ask Meet, who is a very talented PHP developer, she will also agree with me on that point, that debugging in all these technologies is a challenge. Let me see how easy over here in C#. So just click over here, a red dot, and your debugging point is there. So now if I run this one, you will see that the execution will automatically redirect over here. Now what I can do is I can press F10 and one by one, I can see that, okay, which exact code is getting executed, right? So set up AlgoGyaan connection. Then over here, it is talking about this one. So this function is now called. And now we can see the creator address. If I expand, all the details are listed over here. So runtime, live debugging, I can check, right? This is very, very unique. I have never seen such a beautiful or such an elegant debugging facility across any studios, any other language, right? So every time you have to have printf statements and these and that, and then only you will be able to find out, what exactly is the error. This is not the case for this one. And if you think that, okay, why it did not move to these functions? So over there also, I can put a breakpoint over here, and I can put a breakpoint over here also. And you can see that now when we run inside, see automatically which function it got called first, setup Algorand connection. So now I need to go F10, and then you can see step by step how the variables are getting values. So once this is done, it will get back to this function. Then it will go back to this function. See what is happening. So now if you go to creator, you can see that the creator is already filled with the value. So this becomes very, very easy to trace and to follow your errors or to solve your errors. And most importantly, let me see if I can showcase the last thing before we conclude the session. I also forgot how to find that, but let me see if I can. Okay, I'm not able to find out. So next time, if I can, I'll just let you know that how to check the teal also. So over here somewhere you can see the teal code also. But I forgot that where exactly I was able to find that out. Yeah, over here I'm not able to find out. But next time, just remind me. I'll showcase you exactly whatever smart contract you have. Today, anyways, if you have not done any smart contract, but if you create a smart contract, how to see that contract over here. So maybe it is because we have not created any smart contract, it is showcasing like this one. All right. So any questions, guys, before we conclude the session for today? And believe me, guys, this is the most important because I work on enterprise level projects. And when we talk about with any client about blockchain projects, the first thing always starts with what about wallet? Because if you have a wallet around para wallet or any other wallet, then the next question always comes around the usability. I mean to say the target audience, because we are adaptable that okay, we can just switch between two UIs and sign the transaction and come back, but not everyone else. And that is one of the reasons why the Web3 adoption is not at peak right now. It should have been on peak, but it is not. And because of the same reason, because the mindset of people is still not ready around Web 3.0, where you can go to a completely different application, sign the transaction, and come back over here, right? All right, then, Mudassir, I think we can conclude the session for today.
Yeah, sure, sir.
So thank you very much, guys.